Hey folks, Kevin and Thea here.
Hi everybody, how you doing today?
So in a recent video, Thea and I talked about we're removing our old washer and dryer. We're not throwing them away. They're still repairable. Well, they're still working right now, and I have more parts to repair them in the future. It's a front load washer and a front load dryer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Both of them are.
Yeah.
And they work really well. But during the Black Friday or Cyber Monday, there was a sale on a new washer dryer, one and done, and so we're going to talk about that today. This is a GE product. It's all in one, both the washing machine and the dryer in one, and we'll go over that. And Thea, why don't you tell us what you think?
Okay, I like it. I've been using it for a little more than a week now, and we were washing our clothes. Also, we washed a lot of towels because of our animals. One concern I had was, we get hair and everything. Could the filter handle it? And it does. So I'll show you that, too.
Okay.
And I really like that I don't have to time my life to go ahead and take it from the washing machine to the dryer. That's very convenient. They also have an app, which Kevin will probably tell you about, that you can put on your phone, which will tell you when it's ready or how many minutes you have left, and you can do extra functions with that. The other thing I really enjoy is not feeling so cluttered in here. Now we have the space. I got a little table. It's easier for me to fold the laundry. So all in all, I give it a thumbs up. The only weird thing, which they told us about, is that sometimes when you open it up after being dry, it feels like the clothes are damp, but they're not really damp. I don't understand it, but they're not really damp. You take them out, you shake them, miraculously your shirt's dry. But you can explain that, Kevin. So, that's one thing that, I was like, what are they talking about? And it is true, it does feel damp, but they're in reality dry and all. So I don't have any complaints about the machine.
How many loads have you done so far in it?
10.
Okay, yep.
And all. I can show you the lint thing now while I'm talking. This is, you pull it out, and then you press this button down, and it has two sides for the lint, and all the white stuff that everybody's used to, for their towels and everything here, so I just brush that off. This, every once in a while, they say you just pop it out. I did that today, but it was pretty clean. There wasn't much, in there. You can also take this out if it got dirty and just rinse it under the sink and take care of it that way. The other thing is they recommend is that because it's a narrow opening, that you either have, your extension on your vacuum cleaner has that narrow part, and here, while we switch, and I'll get the other thing. And the lint can build up in there. They recommend you change it every 5 loads or so. I change it every single load and all. But they said you can also have one of these things instead of the vacuum, and you go in the back, put it down, and gently pull it forward, and if there's any lint in there, it'll just come out, So that way you can really keep up on it and it doesn't build up.
Good. Do you want to talk about what soaps and things you put in there and all?
Yeah, they recommend the high HE, high energy laundry detergent. I use Wegmans, HE, but the non-smelly, perfumey, one that's hypoallergenic.
So these detergents clean by enzymatic, breaking down the proteins and all. So that's a little HE label. They're every place nowadays.
Yep. And in here, I love, besides having the normal, you can add bleach, you can add softener, you can add detergent. They have this little apparatus right here, and it's an automatic dispense. So you fill this up and it will do 50 loads. They have a little line here where to fill it to. And then if you want the machine to do it automatically, which I do. You just press a button and it memorizes that you've done that, and it will come up each time. If you want to change back the other way, you can. But this automatic dispenser, or smart dispenser I think it's called, is great.
Good. Excellent.
Oh, one other thing I do clean besides this is, just like in our other washer down here, sometimes you just get a little hair or whatever, right in here or right in this area. It's not as much at all compared to our other washer. But what I do is just take a tissue and dampen it up, and just, after the load, just go along and just make sure that there's nothing, no debris, in there.
Sounds good. So, what do you think about the load size that you can put in there?
Well, it's bigger than our other one. I started, putting like less towels and less of our laundry basket full of our clothes in. And then I worked up to what I always did, which was pretty much fill the machine,
Yep.
and all. And it's had no problem whatsoever.
So this is a 4.8 cubic foot drum in here. And again, this is both your washing machine and your dryer, and I'll explain that in a moment. And let me see, was there anything else we wanted to say about it? So what I'll say is the technology in this is absolutely amazing. So we used to have the washing machine here on a pedestal and a dryer here on a pedestal. This is a 220 or 240 volt hookup for it. This just takes a 110 outlet here is all it takes, or 120 depending on how you want to do it. And it just has a simple drain hose, which we have a receptacle in the wall back there. So this is just like the GE washing machine that they've had for several years, their high efficiency washing machine. The difference is that they put a new heat pump technology, and I'll explain that in just a moment. And that's the entire upper part of this. So from here, right across the machine, all the way in back, this front face comes off, this back cover comes off, and the whole unit can come out. So how does the heat pump technology work? It's sort of like an air conditioning unit or a heat pump or a mini split that people have been seeing all the time. On this side of the top of this unit, the whole unit can come out of here, is a compressor. And that compressor compresses the gas. It's like Freon in a refrigerator or in a air conditioner. And it compresses that gas, and that generates a lot of heat. And there's a fan in here as well that takes that compressed the heat generated by that compressed gas in the coils that are here, and it blows that hot air down into the unit here. And it blows it you have a higher flow rate of air than a conventional dryer. So it really, and this thing, as it's agitating, it really fluffs up and lifts up the material. Now this all happens, I should have said, it does a regular wash cycle first, then this process, and we'll show you the LED in a couple of minutes so you can see when it's in the dryer process. But that compressor goes ahead and generates heat through compressing the gas, similar to Freon, which is in the tube, similar to your air conditioner or refrigerator. That hot air is then blown down. Now it doesn't have to be that hot, because of the velocity of the airflow that's going. It helps to extract the moisture from the clothes. Then as that moisture gathers up in the warm air, just like the winds going over a large body of water, that moisture, because of the rate of flow, is going to come up back to the upper part up here and is forced through this filter system. And this filter system is so important to keep this unit functioning correctly, because it's going to have all the lint in here and all of the dirt particles. Now, a lot of the dirt particles will get washed out during the wash cycle, but just like all dryers, there's going to be little particles of dirt and materials, things left in the pocket, that are going to potentially end up here or left in the base down below. Then once it goes through this filter here, it's going to go to the other side over here, and And what's going to happen over here is it's going to cool the air on this side after it's been filtered. So hot air is generated over here, and through the compressor. The hot air is blown down into the drum, and it picks up the moisture. That moist, heavy air is going to get blown through the filter system, and then it's going to go through coils that are going to condense that. Just like condensation, that's going to cause moisture to collect on these tubes and fins on this side, which then gets drained back out through the same tube that the washing machine would drain out to the drain and through your gray water system or out to your sewage system. So I think that this is, well, first off, heat pump technology is absolutely fascinating. And I like that every part of it, you don't have to tear this part apart, this whole unit apart. It's all one big solid unit, and there's a 5-year warranty, I believe, on the upper part up here. The motor, I think, has a longer warranty. I don't remember all the details of that. But that's how the heat pump technology uses a compressor, forced airflow, filter system, and a condenser to go ahead and extract the moisture out of the clothes in there. And when you open the door there, that high humidity with the heat that's there, it doesn't have to get nearly as hot as the elements on a 220 dryer or 240 dryer. So that high moist air is going to make the clothes feel moist, damp when you first pull them out, but as soon as you shake it, you've created an exchange of the air surrounding the moist clothes, and that high humidity, and you know how it is when you walk into a bathroom or out of a shower, that high humidity just fogs things up and it feels really damp. You can feel it when you're breathing as well. So,
and it's more economical, right, with this kind of system?
Yes, it's much more.
Wise.
Yep. So this uses a fraction. It may be as little as, depending on how you're running your laundry, it may be as little as a 50% reduction in energy costs each year, or it may be as high as a 75 or 80% reduction in costs. So yeah, I'm really impressed with this machine so far. And do you want to just put some stuff in it and just show?
Yeah, you want to tell them about the app, that there's a...
Well, you have the app, I don't.
Well, I mean, just about it.
Okay, so one of the things about this unit is it's Internet of Things, which means that it's connected to all the things that you want to have it connected to in your home. So if you have an Amazon Echo device or a Google Home device or your smartphones, it has Wi-Fi built into it, so you just hook it up to your Wi-Fi system, and it can communicate. And if you wanted to alert Alexa, say, hey, my clothes are going into the drying cycle now, or it's time to change, switch loads, all of those sorts of things. One of the things before I go on with the application, one of the things I really like about it an awful lot is that you don't have to be thinking about, oh, is the washing machine done yet? Oh, is it time to, oh, I forgot to switch the load from the washing machine into the dryer. With this one and done unit, that takes care of that problem. Now there is a phone app that's both for Android and for iPhones that you can download, and that will show you basically the same sorts of things, where the washer and dryer cycles are in the process, and if you want to stop it at any point, or if you want to have it set as a delay. Most of the functions that you can do on the dash here on the digital display, you can do on the phone. Is there anything I missed with that?
No, and I mostly, just because I'm home all the time, I mostly just use it for when is it done, that type of thing. But there's a whole bunch more options when you go to the app. So if you're a techie person on the phone, you'll probably love that.
And one more thing that I really like about this, this does over-the-air updates, just like our Tesla vehicles do. So when there's an update, since it's connected to the internet and you can have it connected at any time when you turn it on, you can download any new features that it has, and they have different settings. So some people may be into different, I don't know, different types of washing clothes, very specialized things. Like they have all these different wash options here, dryer options and all, and they have, and this is, so you can reprogram this so that it knows, it learns over time what your preferences are. So you say, oh, I'm always doing delicates, and I'm doing a pre-wash and de-wrinkle. It will automatically come up with those settings after you do that a few times to make it easy. The other thing you can do is go ahead and reprogram any one of these buttons here, or touch sensors. And you could say, okay, instead of it going through the process that it by factory default says delicate, you can change the settings. I don't want a pre-wash. I want very little dry time, or I want it to end and not run in the dryer. I want to put it on a clothesline. So whatever it is, you can reprogram this, or you can download other programs that the company has now, and they'll probably have it so people can upload their own programs as well. But it's pretty cool. So it's part of your home network, your smart home technology system. It works off your phones. It'll work off your smart home devices like your Amazon Echo and your Google Nest apparatuses and all. And it takes over-the-air updates. It has heat pump technology. The most important thing is maintaining your filter system in here. And I'm always in dirt and mud, and we have animal hairs all over us all the time. So we're a good testament to how well this is holding up so far. And we will do an update on this in a few months to say how well things are going. And if there is a breakdown or any problems, we'll go through the whole repair process as well with you in the future. And
put some towels in, or
okay,
make the lights light up there.
Yeah, what the heck?
I'm just learning, so give it a whirl. So these are just our upstairs shower stuffed towels.
I do like how the light lights up inside the drum. Inside the drum, really nice.
Every time you open the door, it does that.
And if you're wondering, the seals around here have the it's a germicidal material on the surface of it, so there's less of a chance that you're going to get mold and mildew on these contact surfaces.
They call it protected with microband.
Microband, isn't it great? Very cool.
Okay, so this just starts everything. And this side of the circle is the wash cycle, and this side is the dry cycle. You have the option.
I might just turn this light off so you can see that better.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
No, let me just turn off the other light.
And turn this one on.
No, I think that one. Okay,
That's
go ahead.
better. So you can, normally it would do wash and dry right after. But if for some reason you just want to wash it, or you just want to dry it, you have the option of doing that. So here's the different types of things we might want to wash. Normal, delicates, towels, bulky bedding, sanitize, and then you can download through your phone a specialized way you want your load done. And then there's activewear, quick cycle, whites, rinse and dry, eco cool, and self clean. So let's just say I'm usually doing normal, which is our clothes, or I'm doing towels. So today we're doing towels together.
So up on the screen now, it's showing that it'll take about 2 hours and 50 minutes for a complete wash cycle and dry cycle, but it will weigh everything and update the estimate after it starts as well. So
right.
Go ahead.
So then you have your wash and dry. So we can say, all right, what's the soil level? The towel's really filthy, or are they just a little, dirty? So as you see up here, when I press this button, it'll go extra. It was on heavy. It goes extra heavy, and extra light, and light, and normal. Then it will go heavy. So I'm going to say these towels are like normal towels. Nothing special with it. Then you have the option down here for temperature. So it defaults on warm water, but say you want it really hot, or you want tap cold, or plain old cold. I usually do warm. And then on your spin, it'll say it's on extra high now, but we don't want it on extra high. We can go low, medium, high, and then that extra high. So I'm going to go to just high because it's towels. I really want the water to kind of come out of there. Another thing is options over on this side. So it is now memorized that after I did it 3 times in a row that I like the Smart Dispense detergent. So that's the automatic detergent. So that comes on
by default now.
By default now. Softener I don't use. Pre-wash I use once in a while, and extra rinse I'll use once in a while. You could time your drying, but I just let it do its thing when it knows, senses it's dry. And if you want it to de-wrinkle, that just means if it's sitting in there for a while, it's going to turn back on, so your clothes aren't going ahead and getting wrinkled. If you want to be notified, you hit this thing. Sure, we can do that. Or more dry or wrinkle care. So I'm happy with, okay, we have towels in there, so we're just going to wash them in the normal cycle with some warm water with a high spin. And then it's going to go right to dry. So at this point you would just push that, and see you have the wash is blue and magenta is the dry.
So as time goes on, not only will the timer count down over time, the blue will gradually disappear and there will only be a small amount of blue. Then once the wash is done, the dryer will gradually start to decrease the amount of magenta, whatever color that is. And you can get an idea without seeing the numbers, so if you don't have to put your glasses on to see just where you are with the wash, or you can just open up the your phone app and see where it is. So that you don't have to stop everything, come running into the laundry machine to see where things are going. And
it'll tell you, where you are too, like it's washing. It'll also say, it's on the dry cycle, but then they also put a cool cycle. So after they say it's dry, it's going to have a cool down, cycle.
Yeah.
So all in all, I am tickled pink with it, and we can see after several months if we still love it.
So one thing I would say about it is very quiet. You probably can't see that well what's going on in there, but it is a very quiet machine, quieter than our older washer and dryer, and they were very good machines. And what do you think about the cleaning quality and all?
Oh, it's excellent. I mean, because before when I did the animal towels, I'd have to do a pre-wash, an extra rinse, put bleach in it, and I don't have to do that anymore.
And I'm going to have to balance this because I don't have it completely balanced.
Yeah, have a little wiggle in there.
Yeah. So, anything else, hon?
I'm glad it was on sale for Christmas, so I'm considering this my Christmas present. Good.
Well, if you have any comments or questions about the machine, please leave them below. So far, this looks very promising. I like it a lot. I like that it takes up less space. I love that it's more energy efficient. Mm-hmm. Now we just got to see how well it holds up, and hopefully it holds up as well as the reports say through their heavy-duty cycle. I look at this technology as the way that things are about to change in our world. I think heating and cooling in your homes will be done by the same sort of technology. The air conditioning will be done as well by this technology, and this technology will be used for heating hot water as well. So this is the future, and we just happen to get it with a washer dryer all-in-one unit.
Yep.
Okay. Well, thanks so much for watching, and have a super fantastic and safe day.
Take care. Keep smiling, you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.